Do megapixels really matter in photography? Spoiler alert, no. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. And today we are busting a myth about the megapixels. Okay, let's start with the basics. What is megapixels? So let's assume you have a 24 megapixel camera, which is 24 million small dots, small squares on the sensor. Sounds fancy, right? But it doesn't mean if you have a more megapixel, that means you have a better camera. Now you know what megapixel is. Now let's talk about where the photo is going to end up. Most of the people are going to see the photo on a very small mobile screen. So even if you say I have a 6 inches, 7 inches mobile screen, still it is very tiny compared to our monitors or the prints. Do you know one thing? When we say full HD video, that means you are just shooting with a 2 megapixel camera. And if you're saying the 4K is the best thing in the world, 4K is just 8 megapixels. So even if you have the best camera in the world, which is like a 40, 50, 80 megapixels, which is like costing you 5 lakh rupees for a body, and you're just posting it on Instagram. So what Instagram does is, even if you have a 50 megapixel image, it will just shrink it down to 1 megapixel. So all the 49 megapixels that you wanted you wanted to show it to the world that I have a 50 megapixel are just wasted. So even if you have a greatest and best camera with a high megapixel and you are just posting it on Instagram, not the worst thing to do. So even after that, don't get me wrong, but actually megapixels sometimes really matters. So where is the megapixel is needed? So I print a lot of my landscape photographs and they are huge. I have few prints of us 6 feet by 4 feet, 6 feet by 8 feet, like that. So they are quite huge prints. And for that, you really need megapixel. You really need details for the big size prints. Or if you're a person who likes to crop the images a lot. So for the cropping, yes, you need a lot of megapixels. If you've seen the Hasselblad ads nowadays, they are just putting it if you go for 100% crop, you still retain the sharpness of the images that you're shooting. So yes, so megapixels are important, but not always. Also, in a commercial photography, billboards or anything high-end fashion or a product photography, yes, you need high megapixel camera. But nowadays, again, people are not going for a billboard, people are not going for a big prints, they are just going for an Instagram or a Facebook ads. It really doesn't matter on which camera, like high megapixel camera you are shooting, you are just well off with 24 megapixel or even with a 12 megapixels. But nowadays the 12 megapixels, the cameras, you won't find 12 megapixel cameras. The minimum that you get is, I guess, 24 megapixels. So 24 megapixel is much more than you need. The megapixels is also, I feel like it's like a marketing trap made by set up by the camera companies. They really don't talk about anything apart from the megapixel. Most of the mobile camera companies, like mobile phones, you won't be finding the technical details out of it. They are just putting it like 100 megapixel, 200 megapixel camera with this bright aperture, this bright lens and all that. But really it won't even matter because you're not going to use it for the commercial use. People are just bloating it up, I guess. And the camera companies are just showing off, if you don't have high megapixel camera, you are not going to survive. But again, it all depends. If you're shooting a wedding and if you have a 100 megapixel camera, it is just going to slow you down, because a 100 megapixel image will cost, or the file size is going to be above 100 MB, which will, again, you will have to buy more hard drives, you will have to buy cloud storage space, you have to work on that on the Lightroom, and so it is going to take up a lot of memory. You need a good processing power in your computer to process all these images to get advantage of 100 megapixels. So I think so it is going to be just wasted in terms of if you're shooting weddings. Yes, if you're shooting commercial photography like a fashion or a product photography, yes, it is good to have megapixels because it will give you more details to work with. So what should you focus on? I would say you can just focus on a good lighting, very sharp lenses, because the lenses matters a lot than the camera. Focus on the sharp lenses, buy sharp lenses, um, understand your gears, and obviously composition and storytelling, because that is the most important thing in the photography apart from the gears. So the next time if somebody brags about 200 megapixel image that they have shot, just ask them one thing: when was the last time they printed a 36 by 24 inches or bigger print? So don't get fooled by the megapixel term, don't follow the myth, understand what you're doing, and follow the passion you came here for the photography. Don't forget to like the video and share it with your friends who really think the megapixel is going to solve all the questions. Also, don't forget to subscribe the channel and follow me on the Instagram for much more such videos. Thank you. Bye bye.